Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, as we're going through Ephesians, we are talking about characteristics that a Christian should have in their life. We've worked on the relationship. We worked on the relationship and defined that in chapters 1 through 3. Now in chapters 4, 5, and 6, we are talking about these are characteristics that I as a Christian should have. And these are things that don't just come naturally, but we need to work on. And Paul is pointing it out to the Ephesian church. He says, hey, these are things that we've got to work on. And so anyway, we had talked about, anger, watching our anger. We talked about yesterday watching the way that we talk. Today we're talking about walk with love and forgiveness. All right. So if we do just that, if we do just one of these things each day, our lives will be a whole lot different, and it will reflect God's glory a whole lot more. So if I walk with love and forgiveness, that takes a whole lot of stuff away. If I have that love and forgiveness, the anger probably is going to be gone. All right, a lot of that stuff is going to be gone. Am I going to be slandering someone if I have love and forgiveness? Probably not. Okay, so let's read today. It's taken from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32, and then we're going all the way to chapter 5, verse 2. And don't worry, it's like 3 verses, all right? So verse 32, it says this: be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you, okay? I need to forgive other people just as God forgave me, and he forgave me a whole lot more than what I'm forgiving other people. Follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and a sacrifice to God. I like the way it says it. It doesn't leave any doubt. He says, we need to reflect love like God loved us, and even to the point of him giving up his life for us and becoming the ultimate sacrifice for us, the offering and the sacrifice for us. So he gave up everything for us because of his love and forgiveness. And so if I am trying to be like God in that, I'm not necessarily giving up my life for everybody that I come across, but at the very least, I need to walk in love and forgiveness. So the things, when someone does something wrong to me, I need to be quick to love that person, okay? And that might mean I need to talk a lot more to that person and find out what the problem is with that person and to why they, did me wrong. It could be they didn't mean to do me wrong. It just happened I was there at the wrong time and something happened, okay? And then the second part of that, I need to be quick to forgive, okay? God forgave me a whole lot. He forgave me of all my sins. So when someone comes along and has sins against me, I need to be quick to forgive that also. It goes back to the parable that Jesus talked about, where the guy came up and he owed this huge debt, and the guy put him in prison because he couldn't pay for the debt, and he goes, yeah, you know what, I'll forgive you for that. So he lets him out of prison and says, your debt is forgiven. It was a huge amount that there was no way he could pay it. And then he's just out the first day, and he runs across a guy that owes him pennies, okay? And as he runs across that guy, he's like, hey, strangling him, like, come on, give me the money. You owe me the pennies. And the servants went back to the original master and said, hey, this guy, you let him go free, and now he's out, hassling the guys that owe him pennies. And so the guy brought him back in and said, I forgave you so much, and you couldn't forgive that little guy, that for the few pennies. You're going back in prison, okay? And so we're the same way. We're so much like that. We're so happy to receive God's forgiveness, but when someone does something to us and seeks our forgiveness because they lied about us or stole from us or whatever, something that's much smaller, and we're like, nope, ain't doing that. I ain't forgiving you, and we're like, that's crazy, okay? So and Paul is pointing out here that these are characteristics that a Christian should have and we should have, to be a person that is filled with love towards others, and then also forgiveness. All right, so let's watch that in our lives. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Ephesians. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.